just saying I can be, yeah, one that you call and you talk to, girl. I'll share my world with you. If you wanna waste your time, then waste your time with me.
Back in the building, family. Black Hot Bites. Welcome to the ride, everybody. Back on that roller coaster. Up, down, in, out. Woo! Black Hot Bite. You got time to waste once again. Waste it with me, family. Black Hot Bite.
Close your eyes to get away.
Woo! Back in the building. Everybody going crazy. The Democratic Party might be destroyed. All the maniacs are going crazy with this Trump election. You got time to waste. Waste it with me. Come on in and have a seat.
Alone, just me alone, lonely, alone, it's lonely, lonely, yeah. Take me to a place you can't be alone. And call me, do you know me? Maybe, yeah. Have you had on my pillow? Don't you make me feel good? I'm thinking about you, cause I feel so good with you.
There's some Trump derangement syndrome going on out here.
Wanna go deep tonight, but you really inside. You deserve it, you're mine. Oh,
Got the mainstream media going out of their minds, saying all kind of preposterous lies. Because the media is a controlled entity, family. It's not an honest actor. not acting. And American people are starting to wake up to the nonsense. Almost getting ready to get this thing started. Everybody come on in, grab a seat, come on in, make yourself comfortable. You know it's hard to get a body out of tight. Shake some, let's ride, control it. You know what you're on it, ride on it. Green light, green light, green light. But I know that you're when you get messy. You know what you're
Baby, be my little friend. Weekend on the weekend. Do something different. Got my attention. Eight figures. Fucking with a rich nigga. Big picture. More than just a night with ya. Don't switch up. Girl, when I switch up, the diamonds go dance. Really don't dance. What I do that you want. What I do that you want. What I do that you want. Really don't dance. What I do that you want. What I do that you want. What I do that you want. Woo! It's fire without your flame, and I know you feel the same. Come on, take that shit off. So much
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Black Hot Fire.
This is the Black Hot Fire Network, Black Hot Fire Network.
Black Hot Fire Network.
The Black Hot Fire Network. Black Hot Fire Network.
Media of the 21st century.
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 The media of the 21st century.
Media of the 21st century.
As we dive into amazing conversations,
Get to discuss matters affecting African people of the African history and the African identity.
Trying to bring up Pan-Africanism, Renaissance.
Relationships, life, politics, and everything in between. Where we get to host some of the most amazing shows, talking about the creative industry in the country and outside, studio interviews and covering events in the ground, where we play the best top 10 countdown in the country, where we say nothing but the truth.
do remember you can join us.
Download our app, which is on the Google Play Store, and also stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. So remember to follow us on our social media platforms.
And win yourself some cash prize as you tune into amazing conversations.
The media of the 21st century. This is where everything happens. Right here only on the Black Hot Fire Network. Ah.
All right, family, booyah. Everybody should see me back in the building. Here we go. Let's jump this thing off like this. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to everybody to the Black Hot Fire Network show. I'm your host, Mr. Black Hot Fire, always on that ass. Now we're broadcasting live all the way from the homeland of the United States of America, all the way over to the mother continent of Africa, because we're truly one of the only international radio programs, and that's what's up. Now, I want to give a shout out to everybody who watches on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Instagram, everybody on Twitter/X, everybody on Rumble, everybody on BitChute, everybody listening to us on the flag station, Black Channel, BlackHotFireNetwork.com, and all podcasting platforms globally. So strap on your head gear, get ready for the ride, because here we go. Black Hot Fire. Come on. Woo! We back in the building. Come on. Woo! Black Hot Fire. All right. Welcome aboard. You know that's how we do. We back in the building. Black Hot Fire. You know what time is when you hear this. Sound the alarm. School's back in, stupid. Woo! Black Hot Fire. Come on. Don't be scared. We're not gonna hurt you. Let me make sure all my cameras are working. Woo, we everywhere tonight. Almost forgot, fam. If you got your Roku TV, we there. Black Hot Fire Network. If you got Amazon TV, we there. Black Hi-Fi Network, go to the app. We there. If you got Android TV streaming platform, Black Hi-Fi Network, we there. Black Hot Fire. Come on. Woo! You know how we do. Full spectrum dominance. We everywhere. Radio, TV, social media, we there. Black Hot Fire. Come on. Woo! All right. Everybody let me know my sound. My sound all right? Black Hot Fire. Now, shots will be fired. Shots will be fired tonight. We don't want to hurt nobody, but shots will be fired tonight. Black Hot Fire. Woo! Woo! Black Hot Fire. Welcome aboard. How you doing, kid? Hope everything is good. Black Hot Fire. Woo! All right, family. Welcome back to everybody. Let me do this. Shots will be fired tonight, right? Shots will be fired tonight. You know, I find this whole thing crazy and funny at the same time. So we're going to walk through this slowly. All right, that's what's up, Kate. Everybody on TikTok, too. Everybody TikTok, tap that screen for me. Thumbs up if you're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. You know, I don't know what that shit's called no more. But wherever you watch this at, guys, thumbs up or tap the screen wherever, you know, whichever is appropriate. If you're on the radio, just sit back and listen, okay? Enjoy this ride with me. So, family, former President Trump has reclaimed the White House. And it is funny as hell because everybody out here is going crazy as if, well, let me just say this first. We've been propagandized so much as an American people, we don't know which way is up. And thanks to no good rotten ass Obama, who you guys put your faith in. You know, back then I was the only one telling you we didn't know this guy, we didn't know where he's from, you know, who was backing him. He was a mystery man, and we just couldn't trust him. And then, of course, I was attacked, you know, because everybody was in love. Everybody was always in love with the new spectacle. And Obama was the new spectacle, so we expected him to make changes, which he was never built for because he was really nothing more than a CIA plane, guys. Okay? So we know so many years later, Obama was not the answer. He was a joke, and he's never going to do anything for anybody. Nothing ever changes. You know, it becomes president, it never changes. And as you guys know, I'm not a Trump person. I'm not Democrat nor Republican. I'm independent. I don't believe in any part. I believe that the duality is phony, right? I told you guys the duality is phony. We're not getting anything for our vote while we stand in line voting for people that do nothing for us or kill nothing about us. That's what we've been dealing with. So that's what we've been dealing with, right? And so the Democratic Party, sadly enough, has really self-destructed itself over the last 30 to 40 years by doing nothing for anybody, having no policies. At one time, the Democratic Party was supposed to represent the small guy, the little guy. So we know we had the Republicans that were supposed to represent the business interests and the wealthy. And so now you have a complete political shift almost, which is absolutely funny to me as well. The Democratic Party was supposed to represent the little guy. You know, your unions, your workers, but it strayed so far away from that 40 years ago where it has nothing but open contempt for the working man and working woman. It does not represent that at all. So when I'm saying that the Democratic Party might finally be destroyed, I don't know where they come back from this at all, because they have no policies. You can't just give people abortion on demand and weed and think that's a policy for their lives. People cannot afford their homes or even to buy a home. People cannot afford rent, let alone buy anything. People cannot afford rent. They can't afford their grocery bills. They really can't afford their life at all. So you got, when I got out of college, I could at least, start a life. Most children today from 18 to 20 have no money to start a life with. Them becoming independent is becoming far out of reach. And all we've been given is lip service by both parties. Both parties are responsible for this because nothing's changed under any other parties. They've driven us into a ditch. Sadly enough, both parties have driven us into a ditch. And so it's just that the Democratic Party has been so far off the rails that it doesn't represent anybody. At least the Republican Party start giving lip service to the working class. So that's why you had the complete political shift you got going on right now. And so since we've been so heavily propagandized too, right? We were so heavily propagandized too. Trump winning had everybody on the left and black people. We can't be left over right. That's a white issue, sadly enough. That's a European issue, that white left divide. We don't have any of that. What? Live is based. What happened? What happened? Now it's restricted. They tell me to do something restricted. How? Now my live is restricted. How's it restricted but talk about it? See, so that's why I want to talk about the censorship. My live is now restricted now in TikTok for just talking about this. That's what I'm talking about. The Democratic Party, guys, that's what I want you to notice. What was going on? They wanted to have a complete lockdown of Americans. And that's what you're seeing now. A complete lockdown of your freedom of speech. They don't believe in that. Everything they claiming that Trump was going to do, they're the ones doing it. They're the ones doing it. They're the ones that were in cahoots with these social media platforms, shutting everybody's speech down that went against their narrative. Their narrative. If you didn't go along with their lies, with their propaganda, because understand all mainstream media is propaganda. So they've woken up to the harmful understanding that their propaganda did not work on the American people no more. It's not working anymore. No one's following, no one's even looking at them. So Trump has switched the paradigm because he was going to podcasters, which they had nothing but disdain for. He was going to people like Joe Rogan and other small podcasters where most of the people were at. Where most people were at. They were not looking at mainstream media because mainstream media is baloney. It's false. That mainstream media is what you call misinformation. Lies. And when they tell lies, they never held responsible for any of the lies. They're not kicked off any social media platforms. They're put out there even higher because the powers that be want to frame a narrative to keep control of the populations, to keep everybody lying. That's why TikTok just restricted my thing. I haven't said anything offensive or anything because this is propaganda to keep a fake narrative going on. to keep a false narrative going on. See, they do misinformation. They call us. They say we're doing misinformation. Everything I've done has been proven true. Everything I've said. My record is out there for everybody to see. And so they've said, we got this misinformation. Remember, the Democratic Party tried to set up a misinformation board like in 1984. That's them doing all this. But they said Trump is going to be the dictator. So they were projecting onto him everything that they were doing. Right? That was made in what time you said? Let's see. Thing say, oh, let me see what thing says. We're gonna time you. Look at all these disclaimers on here. See what real time was. Real time USA election results. So, Associated Press, another one of these false agencies. So they keep putting all this Associated because they got to put disclaimer, guys, because now they've lost control. Mainstream media is now apoplectic. Apoplectic that now you have now had a thinking mind and gone outside their propaganda. If me just talking like this become a threat, have I threatened anybody? Have I done anything wrong? No, just sitting and talking, saying the truth is a threat to their power. Because we've been causing nothing but propaganda for the last, I don't know how many years. We don't even know what the truth is anymore in this country. Because we're so heavily propagandized too. But that's not what I wanted to start with. I'm just take away from this TikTok thing. So every time I get on here and just do regular talking, there's a problem. It's crazy. No profanity, no nothing, but it's always some craziness going on with this TikTok app. So, as he won, as they were putting the election in, right, all the bought and paid for media, corporate controlled media, that's why the media has to be broken back up. You can't have the media in the hands of few people if you're going to spread honesty and knowledge. Because it's not about that. It's about propagandizing and making a fake narrative and mind control. See, every president has been bought and paid for because we have something called the Federal Reserve Bank. A bank that is completely illegal, unconstitutional, owned by foreigners. That all our money in America goes to these foreigners with this fake bank called the Federal Reserve Bank, which is not controlled by the government. So after Trump won, they asked the Federal Reserve Chairman Powell, was he going to step down if Trump asked him to? And he said no. See, most Americans don't realize that we have money printed in this country that we do not control or own. Isn't that wild? You never taught this in any kind of school. The media that they own never teach you this, that the money that we have, we don't control and we don't own it. We have to borrow it and pay interest back on money that the government is supposed to be printing interest free. So all our debt is going back to independent bankers who created this scam in 1913 because they paid off Woodrow Wilson. He was their puppet back in 1911. They put him in office. So read a book called The Monster from Jekyll Island, where you got J.P. Morgan, the Schiff's family, the Warburgs. We know the Rothschilds were involved through their proxy, the Warburgs, and also the Rockefellers, created something called the Federal Reserve, which is illegal. That's why Powell can say today he was not going to resign if the President of the United States told him to resign. He was not going to resign because the Federal Reserve is above the law. Because the fake bank that we borrow money from independent private sources, which is illegal and against the Constitution. So we got debt and we're paying bills to people that's not even American. The Federal Reserve is not an American institution. family. It's not an American institution. It's a scam. It's a con. It's illegal. But since all the Congress people have been bought up, all presidents have been bought up, this con has been allowed to continue generation after generation, putting more of us in debt. Putting more of us in debt. But I found it funny, like I said, how apoplectic the mainstream media was while they were trying to report on Trump winning. They were so angry and so everybody's about to cry because the media is so biased because it's bought and paid for. These people don't represent any truth at all. These people, they don't represent any truth. And so you got people on TikTok and YouTube screaming, crying, and going crazy because they think they're going to get sent to concentration camp. Trump is supposedly a dictator. He was already president for 4 years. He's not a dictator because you voted him in office. He's not a dictator. If he's a dictator, he could have told Powell, the chairman of the Fed, to resign. If you don't resign, we're going to lock you up. He didn't do that. Powell said, no, I'm not stepping down if he asks me. So where's the dictator? See, the narrative doesn't match. Powell said no. He said no because he stands outside the federal government. The Federal Reserve Bank sits outside governmental power. That's why it's never been audited. It stands apart because it's a privately owned company. How does a privately owned company get to print the government, the money of the United States government? How's that possible when it's supposed to be the Treasury Department that prints our money? And so let me share this with you before I get started. Share some of the news too, but let me share what Powell said when he asked him. He said he just smug up there and said, nah, I'm not about to do none of that. No, I'm not doing none of that. And look at they froze my TikTok. My TikTok is frozen. Look at that. That's what they do to you. This TikTok over here is frozen. This one's all right. This one's frozen over here. Give me a second. You guys see that over there? That one's frozen. You guys see that one's frozen. It's crazy. So, you guys give me a second. Let me play this thing here. I found this hilarious. So they asked Powell, so the question was Powell going to step down if Trump asked him to resign? He said a resounding no. So how can if Trump is supposed to be this dictator, why can't he dictate to the Federal Reserve chief to step down then? See, we've been so heavily propagandized too. So why can't he tell them to step down? Because the Federal Reserve Bank sits outside of the federal government. They're the ones who paid off all the congressmen. They're the ones who promote all these wars. They're the ones who control the military-industrial complex. They're the ones behind all these wars. Because they get to print the money from nothing. They're the ones reason why we got this inflation. Everything. The Fed should be dissolved. Broken apart, either brought to the government itself or completely banished, torn apart, because it is illegal to our Constitution. The Treasury is supposed to be printing the currency of the United States, not some privately owned company owned by some family members who own banks, not banking interests from Europe. See, Americans didn't even know that most of these banking interests are from Europe that owns the Federal Reserve Bank that we pay taxes to. That we pay interest for them to make money that we can print ourselves. Doesn't even make any sense how we print money from people because it's unconstitutional. But let me do this real quick. Share my screen. You ask Powell, you gonna step down? No.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
I still alive
No.
on this thing or what?
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Mike?
Michael McKee from Bloomberg Radio and Television. You talk a lot about what the data are telling you and how you are dependent on the data. But in terms of forward-looking assessments of the economy, what are you hearing from CEOs or other officials around the country? What did you hear today from the regional bank presidents about what companies and consumers think about where the economy is going from here rather than looking backwards? And does that match up with what your forecasts have been and what you think the appropriate policy path should be?
So it's hard to characterize a really interesting set of discussions we had, and of course you'll see them in the minutes in 3 weeks. But I would say this: I think the comments from our Reserve Bank colleagues and from the CEOs that they talked to are pretty constructive on the economy right now. Pretty constructive, feeling that the labor market is back to normal, to the point where it's no longer that much of a discussion topic in their worlds, whereas 2 years ago it was all they were talking about. So they feel like the labor market's in balance. People feel good about where the economy is. Demand is obviously pretty strong, and you're seeing 2.8% growth in the third quarter estimated. Maybe the year's 2.5%. This is a strong economy. It's actually remarkable how well the U.S. economy has been performing with strong growth, a strong labor market, inflation coming down. We're really performing better than any of our global peers, and I think that is reflected in what you hear from what I hear people hear from CEOs. I don't get to talk to a lot of CEOs in my job, but I hear what others summarize from those, and of course I hear the Reserve Bank presidents do a lot of that, and it's pretty constructive overall. Now, that's not to say.
See, so you heard him say no, he wouldn't resign. So you mean the president's not a dictator? He can't make this man resign if he's a dictator? How's that possible? Why can't he make him resign if he's a dictator, right? Why can't he make him resign? But I'm going to share something with you guys. It's absolutely crazy. Because everyone was talking about, you have the mainstream media talking about this is this goes against democracy. See, because you have a certain group of people that own these banks who employ Powell have been pushing agendas that are anti-American. They're trying to start some global nonsense. I don't want to say they're going to say the globalists. I don't like to use that term. For lack of a better word, we'll use that term. Okay? For lack of a better word, we'll use that term. And so these individuals have been out here rigging elections, stealing other people's country resources, starting war after war after war when American people do not want no more of these wars. Endless wars for 20 years we've been having. And what do we have to show for all these wars? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so that's what we've been dealing with. And so Trump winning, at least trying to stop these wars, they've been putting out all the propaganda that now he's a terrorist. I mean, not terrorist, he's a dictator. And be very worried he's a dictator. Right? Be very, very worried. And so their narrative has completely fallen off the crazy train. But the world's been, they propagandize the people. That's their misinformation. That's why you got everybody on social media going crazy and crying, because they've been propagandized with misinformation. The mainstream media is nothing but misinformation, lies. But no one stops them because they are the power source. No one stops the mainstream media, but the American people have now turned their backs on it because you've been given nothing but lies. The mainstream media now has less viewership than anything. So that's why Trump had enough common sense to go over to these podcasters who have a bigger audience than the main. Nobody watches the mainstream dead media. We're the media now. I'm the media now. That's why TikTok keeps censoring me. I'm the real media now. We're the real media now. And even through a year, I got 26,000 followers on this damn TikTok app. YouTube has took me down I don't know how many times. Facebook completely took the channel down completely because we are the real news. But the misinformation of the mainstream media is always allowed to continue because it represents the elite, the people that actually run these banks, who want their agenda followed and has been followed because they propagandize and brainwash the American people. But let me show how apoplectic this thing is. Give me a second, guys. Let me share this video, put on my whole screen. I'll put this on my whole screen. Now, no one's going to say what she's doing right here is absolutely treasonous. But they own the media. What she's doing right now is absolutely treasonous and dangerous. She's trying to start a civil war in this country. She's citing violence. But she's on the mainstream media. She gets to do this and won't get censored by TikTok or YouTube or anybody else because they control all these media platforms. And they want to put a false narrative out here. So she's touting violence. We're going to stop this and he's going to be a dictator and all this other crazy stuff. You see, that's a lie because you see Powell just said if he's asked to resign, will he do it? He said, nope, I'm not. They're going to power me. Nope. So if I'm a dictator, why can't I fire his ass if I'm a dictator? Why can't I fire the gentleman of the Federal Reserve if I'm a dictator? Because their propaganda doesn't make sense. Let me share this real quick, guys. Put it over here on this whole thing here. Take that down. Okay. Now listen how crazy she sounds.
Does not want to ashcan the American system of government, who doesn't want a strongman authoritarian system where the whole government is one guy and everything else just exists to serve him. If that is not the kind of country that you want, then yesterday's election means you have more to do for your country than you have ever done before. Because now is when the rubber really hits the road, right? We don't just flip a switch and the American system of government is gone. Democracy is gone. It doesn't work like that. I mean, not to be boring here for...
You know what she said? What she said is an absolute lie. And she's been allowed to say it. She's been allowed to say it. If he's a strong man, a dictator, why can't he not fire the Federal Reserve chief? And they asked Powell, if Donald Trump asks you to resign, will you resign? No. So what kind of strong man cannot make someone leave if they're a strong man? But see, she's touting misinformation. But she's not kicked off of YouTube. They're not kicked off of TikTok, Twitter, or nothing else because these are the people that own everything. This lady is despicable. What she's doing is citing riots and scaring people, using nothing but propaganda, talking about strong man. Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Some goddamn wire went off on me. Talking about strong men and get against democracy. What democracy? What democracy? So what democracy is she talking about? She's a propagandist. She's lying. She's making this up. What strong men? There are no strong men. What happened?
second, but just getting very real. We now are just another one in the list of countries that has decided to, hey, what the heck? Let's try the strongman thing. Let's let democracy go. Let's put in an all-powerful guy instead, see how it goes. There are many more countries in the world governed by that kind of a system than there are governed by ours. We are the only 248-year-old multiracial pluralistic democracy in the world. And shall we keep it? A lot of our fellow Americans say we shouldn't. Now we know.
They're the ones who touting non-democratic things. They're the ones that had lockdowns. They ones tried to force people to stay in their homes and have lockdowns. That was them. And American people said, we don't want to be locked down. You don't lock us in our home. We're not going to stay in no home. So what she's saying is absolute lie, but she's allowed to say it because she represents the power structure. How can Trump be a dictator if he can't even get the damn Federal Reserve chief to step down? He said it unapologetically. If Trump asks you to step down, will you do so? No, I won't. So what kind of dictator is this? What is she talking about? But this is misinformation because this is Mockingbird media. But that's why it's dying. That's why they understand the reshuffling of what they're talking about is dying. Because they've lost their credibility with all their lies and no one's watching it. That's why they were trying to stop these podcasters like me and everybody else from speaking up. That's what they were doing. Trying to stop everyone. Oh, we need to shut down. We need a board of truth. Some George Orwell 1984 nonsense. We need a board of truth to stop these people from talking. But you said you want to live in a free society. You didn't want a strong man. That's what you were doing. You're projecting what the Democratic Party was out there trying to do. And also, family. The Democratic Party, if you don't know, has now signed legislation that allows the U.S. military to now openly shoot us in the streets if we protest. They did that, but they didn't put on any other news. They haven't put on any other news. Ain't that funny? They haven't broadcast that. They haven't broadcast that, right? No news that they broadcast about that. But Trump's the dictator. And like I told you, I'm no Trump fan. I'm no either or. But the party, the Democratic Party, is completely controlled now. Completely gone off the rails and giving people nothing but scare tactics, propaganda. There's no such thing as a fourth estate. The fourth estate, the reason why we had freedom of speech, you didn't have freedom of speech by corporations and a newscast. This is my newscast, and you only do these authorized sources of freedom of speech from these individuals that control and own everything. That's not what freedom of speech is, but that's what they'll try to gaslight you to tell you that's the freedom of speech they're talking about. Only they got the right to talk and frame the narrative. But when you go against their lies, that's when, this misinformation. She's doing misinformation right there. And I just proved it by showing you Powell was just asked, if Donald Trump asks you to step down as Federal Reserve Chief, will you do it? He said, absolutely not. So how is Trump some dictator? And he can't even get one guy, he can't even fire this dude or ask him to step down. See, their own propaganda always bumps up against the truth. It bumps up against the truth every time.
Now we know for sure. But a lot of Americans, tens of millions of Americans, say we should keep that.
And she's despicable. What she's doing is treasonous. She's trying to incite riots by using propaganda and fear again. But they're allowed to do this. Ain't this funny? Because they own the media. She's allowed to put out this misinformation and these fear tactics.
System. Which means time to fight for it. And yes, Americans did fight for it by working on this election, by trying to get the candidate elected who was both the Democrat and the small d Democrat. She didn't win, the strongman candidate.
What about the other Americans that voted for him? We talking about, so these other ones are not Americans? You see what they're doing? She's purposely trying to cause this division. This is what you see. But they're allowed to do it. She's trying to incite riots and violence. Say the American people. The American people overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Like I said, I'm a Trump fan. You guys know that. But I do believe in fairness in elections and not lies. I mean, gaslit, lied to. I'm an independent. And I see when I'm being propagandized to and lied to. And how the mainstream media is shaping a narrative and saying these other people that voted for Trump are not Americans and they're crazy or something. He won overwhelmingly. And I can't say what I really want to say because I'm on this social media. Even though I'm on our own TV station, I'm still on theirs. And the truth cannot be said on any of their stations. Ain't it funny? The truth cannot be said or uttered on any one of their social platforms. But she can spout this nonsense and nothing happens to her because they're pushing a fake, false narrative. That's why people are all scared to death when Trump runs and losing their mind. All erratic and emotional and crazy.
One instead. But now history doesn't end. Time doesn't stop. Now we have the benefit of knowing, how this has gone in every other country that has been through a democracy to authoritarian transition.
Where's the authoritarian transition? What is she talking about? This is absolute a lie. But it's on YouTube, it'll be on TikTok, it would not be banned or nothing. Where's the authoritarianism at? There is none. See what she's doing is absolute misinformation and a lie. But she's not being held to account for the lie at all. That's the mainstream media. Tell you nothing but propagandist lies. How did you vote your way into a totalitarian state? How'd that happen? When you went out, stood in lines and voted. How'd that happen? We had lawyers almost at every polling place to make sure it wouldn't be stolen. You had lawyers everywhere around the country to make sure this was going to be a fair election because you didn't trust them and they didn't trust you. So where's the authoritarian thing comes at? Where's that coming at? That's not even relative to what happened Tuesday. But that's how they just make up stuff because they're trying to promote fear in the masses. This is called mind control. This is brainwashing.
And sadly, there are a lot of them. We have the benefit of seeing what's happened in those other countries, though. And what we know is that the more ground the authoritarian takes, the harder it is to ever.
And she's shameless. And she knows she's lying. It doesn't care. It's how shameless this woman is. She knows what she's saying is an absolute lie, propaganda. But she has no problem saying it. That's why their numbers are in the ditch. Because luckily the American people are waking up and starting to count these lies for what they are, lies. That's why their viewership is in the dirt. No one watches them. They're in their own echo chamber. No one watches MSNBC. She's in her own echo chamber. Except the few rubes, that's why they went out and voted the way they voted. And now they were screaming because they believe they're going to be an authoritarian state. Which I showed you, there's no such thing because the Federal Reserve chief is not even going to step down. They was asked to resign. If I'm a dictator, I don't got to ask. I just snatch you about the position. I don't have to ask you nothing if I'm a dictator. If that's the case.
Get that ground back. And so the first order of business is to stop them from taking any uncontested ground right from the outset when it comes to what our system of government is and what our democracy is. Right? We know from other countries' experiences that quickly, now, in the next few weeks, if not the next few days, they are going to start pushing to see how far the country is going to let them go without pushback, without protest. And part of this is because it's just psychologically advantageous for them to do this now, right? They're counting on the half the country that voted against them, the half the country that doesn't want to give up our system of government. They're counting on all those tens of millions of Americans to be despondent, to feel powerless, to check out, which of course would mean letting them do what they want, letting them run the table. What they really don't want is for the half the country that voted against them, the half the country that wants to keep our democracy. What they really don't.
How did you lose your democracy if half the country voted for him? That was the Democrat, and it's more than half that voted for him. And he won the majority of states. So not just half the country, talking about the popular vote. The majority of the country voted for Trump. The majority of the country, the majority of the states wanted this man to be president. The majority of states wanted that. So what you're saying is absolutely crazy. You're telling yourself that this is not a democracy then. You didn't want a democracy to win that, the one who won the most votes, because she doesn't want to say, like the media doesn't want to tell you that Kamala was installed. She never went through any primary, so that was a soft coup, guys. See, the media, her mainstream fake media is not going to tell you this was a soft coup. Kamala was installed without any votes ever going through any primary, which again is unconstitutional, which is undemocratic. She's talking about this democratic stuff she's talking about where they just plucked a woman, put her in there, never ran any primaries, never got one vote. So that's a soft coup. That's a soft coup, guys. She's talking about this democracy thing. She's lying because she works for the mainstream media. That's why they have destroyed themselves. And that's why the Democratic Party has destroyed itself. What are they going to run on? What do they offer? Nothing. More abortions? More weed? You're not going to get black people back to the Democratic Party. They finally broken that spell. And Trump says he's going to get the illegals out of here. That's what we want. So you can pretend like we want these illegals gone. Okay? You bust them in here illegally. That's why you just heard the mayor of New York today just said he's going to stop the vouchers, the money. Mayor of New York said that. He's going to stop the food vouchers. Is that democratic? That's what he said. He's going to stop the food vouchers. That's it. No more money for food for illegal aliens. That money's supposed to be going to the American people. So you're going to run on that again? You can't run on that, Democrats. What are you going to run on? What issue can you run on? And as far as I look at that map, you got nowhere to go. Trump done won almost every county. You got the cities. The cities are already destroyed. Every Democratic city is destroyed as a wasteland of garbage and filth and nonsense. Unlivable. You're not going to fight the people. Hell, they can't afford the rent, nothing in there. You can't afford the rents. So what are you fighting for? What policies are you bringing anybody in the Democratic Party? I'm just asking. What policies are you bringing? Like I said, this is a complete shift. It's a complete shift. What policies are you bringing? That's what we're asking. It seems to be nothing. Hold on, give me a second, guys.
Want is for those tens of millions of Americans to wake up tomorrow feeling scrappy as hell. Feeling, sure, regretful about the election outcome, but also, frankly, freed up from having to spend all of our time working on the election. So now we can work full time on being frickin' pirates, on being a thorn in the side to anyone who now intends to try to turn this country into some tin pot tyranny. What they want least of all is to realize that half the country went to bed sad tonight, but then woke up tomorrow fired up with a new sense of purpose, knowing that apparently this is what we're on this earth to do as American citizens in this generation. Because history did not just end. Time did not just stop. We just got marching orders from the universe and the Electoral College that as of today, American citizens who do want to hold on to democracy, we know exactly what we're going to be spending the next days and weeks and likely years of our life working on. And the strategic first moves come into focus quickly when you think about what other countries have shown us about how hard.
What she says, what she says, completely crazy talk. What she says is completely crazy talk because they lost the House and they lost the Senate. No one agrees with their agenda because they were not offering anybody anything. No one agrees with the Democratic agenda. She's talking about democracy when the majority of people voted against it. That's why you lost the House. That's why you lost the Senate. That's why you lost the presidency. So she's not saying there's nothing wrong with their policies. She's saying that the strong man went against democracy. That was democracy in action. Your policies weren't any good. She's not saying that the policies weren't any good. And nobody wanted their policies. But let me show you something else again. Just give me a second. Go to this real quick. Go back here to me. Let me get out of that real quick. Just give me 1 second. You find that one part, we're looking crazy. 1 second, we're looking all crazy. Oh, what happened to my thing? All right, just give me 1 second. Find this thing real quick. And my camera went off again. The camera keeps going off. There's so much to cover in the show. You guys give me a second. TikTok has pissed me off by taking me down and now trying to block it down. Just had it right here. Oh, that's funny. Give me a second. All right, guys, let me show this real quick. Dang, my damn camera went down again. So he's going to ask a question to the mainstream media. You know, what's going on with you guys, right? What's happening, right? So let me go here. Let me take this thing down here.
of where media is going with Politico, now with Axios. You understand the environment so well. How do Democrats, and frankly, how does legacy media need to change the way it thinks about getting information? I mean, a lot of the voters who went out and voted for Donald Trump, that so many people are wondering what happened here, they're not watching, frankly, this show. They're not reading the New York Times. They're not consuming media that way. And the Trump campaign found those voters where they live. So how do Democrats need to change the way they communicate to voters if you think that's part of the problem?
For sure. I mean, I think all of us have to come to grips with legacy media is just not as important as it thinks it is. It is to you, it is to me. It's a relatively small group of people who rely on us for their information. And you have to go into the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. And basically the way people get information is shattered into 20, 30 different pieces. And so if you just look empirically at the numbers, Joe Rogan's more important than any of us. He just has a much bigger, hyper-connected audience that listens to his every word. So maybe listen to Joe Rogan and try to understand, like, what is he talking about? What are the guests that he has on? What are the issues that they care about? Realize that the gravity of right-wing discourse is now taking place on X. It's not Fox. X is what matters. Elon Musk is now, I wrote about this yesterday, arguably the most powerful civilian in the history of the country. He controls information flow. He controls multiple businesses. He has the president's ear. He's going to be in charge of some newfangled organization to gut government spending. We've not seen a person with that kind of clout across those sectors. But where his real power comes from is X. People thought he was an idiot when he bought X because he lost a lot of money. He's got a lot of money. And now he happens to have the most powerful platform on the right. And politics is downstream from information. And there's just a whole new information ecosystem out there. So for us, for you, for Democrats, for Republicans, you have to understand.
Take a look at those faces, gang. Look at them. That's as this guy is Frank Bruni is talking. Take a look at those faces.
Like I said, take a look at those faces as well, because you see the whole thing is that these people are shell shocked, and these are the same ones that told you don't be listening to other sources about it. Listen to them, listen to their lies. Listen to everything they've been telling. That's why the mainstream media is down. They can't. No one listens to them because it's nothing but propaganda, over and over and over again with lies. Now, like I said, I don't think the Democratic Party will survive what's happening right now. I don't think they're going to survive, right? I don't think they're going to survive this because what policies are they going to issue to people in 2 more years and 4 more years? They're now really just a party within cities. Because if you looked at that map where Trump won, he almost won every county in the country. So where do the Democrats start to rebuild their power base at when they offer you people nothing? They have nothing to offer. Give me a second, guys. My batteries went off. Give me a second, guys. Which one's even good? So, like I said, good. So I said you got look at Reverend Al Sharpton. Look at that puppet sitting up in there. You know, look at that crazy puppet sitting up in there. just a tool of the media apparatus. Doesn't care about black people, throwing black people under bus, right, left, center, and everything else. You don't care about us. Care less about our issues. Let's see if this one works. Okay, I got to work for a little bit. Okay, that one seemed to work. Tell on that works. Okay. You know, not concerned about any of our issues whatsoever, right? Damn batteries over here. What you saying, Jimmer? Exactly right. What's this thing? What this thing? Exactly right, Jim. You might want to come to the others. You good right there, I guess. So, a second. Put new batteries in my thing. All right, I'm back. So all the Democratic Party's been doing has been fear monger. Fear monger is all they got to offer you. Saying that the Democrats or the Republicans are coming to get you is they're gonna be a totalitarian state. No. Right? The policies that Trump is asking, most of us want. I didn't vote for Trump. But I agree with his policies. I agree with rounding up these illegal aliens. I agree with that. Round them up and get them out of here. Okay? But as Mayor Adams is doing, stopping the food vouchers, they'll just leave anyway. There's no food. But they're gonna try to make them riot in the streets. They're gonna try to push some kind of false flag. No, just leave. Just go back to Venezuela, Honduras, wherever you came from. No more busting you up in here. That's gone. There's no more busting you up in here no more. That's out of here. Okay? There's no more of that anymore. Busting you up in here. And then flying you from city to city. While all these Democrats have openly showed contempt for their damn constituents by giving illegal aliens carte blanche in the country. Making sure they could eat. Making sure they had housing. While their own people who voted and put them in office, they were giving them nothing but lip service. You know how despicable that is? You know how despicable that is? So Trump has said he's going to stop the wars. He told Benjamin Netanyahu he wants that war stopped in Gaza. I agree with that. I want the war stopped in Gaza. I want the war stopped in Ukraine. You heard Putin say they can work with them. It was the Democrats that started that Russia hoax. They're the ones who were doing all the lawfare. Let me get that. They're the ones who were doing all the lawfare everywhere, right? That was them. Kept trying to indict Trump for little things he never did. All this lawfare. He gave money to a prostitute. So what? He overpriced the loan, his building, and got more money in the loan, but he paid it back. He paid that loan back with interest. Damn, I just think you for. Oh man, damn. Let's go get out TikTok. This thing is pissing me off. I'm just gonna get off of that. They keep taking down live. I'm just gonna get off of this TikTok thing. Keeps taking me off the line. Just take it down. So he paid that loan back, right? He paid the loan back with interest, right? With more money than he took out. But that's a crime. So they were doing lawfare so he couldn't run over and over again, which what third world countries do. So this is the Democratic Party. So they thought no one was going to, they're going to try to destroy his reputation by having him doing all this useless legality over and over and over again. So they made themselves already guilty, though they couldn't beat him at the ballot box. So they were using the judicial, they weaponized the judicial system against him. Then they tried to turn around and claim that that's what he was going to do against them. There has to be accountability. These are crimes. So I want to come in and prosecute these people, the CIA, the FBI. I want prosecution. There has to be accountability for the crimes that were committed. You can't use these institutions to go after your political rivals. That's third world nonsense. And that's what you were doing. And you tried to reinforce the nonsense through your Mockingbird paid for media to propagandize to American people that Trump was some kind of criminal when you got Obama as a war criminal. You got Bush a war criminal, Biden's a war criminal. They're all war criminals. These are facts. They went to Libya, murdered Gaddafi, talking about they was trying to fight terrorism. Now Libya's a basket case. Where was Obama ever prosecuted for that? Where was Bush ever prosecuted for invading innocent countries? Had nothing to do with 9/11. Iraq and Afghanistan. Afghanistan had nothing to do with no 9/11. And we know that. So why aren't they prosecuted for war crimes? They killed millions of children. Oh, why not? Oh, you want to tell me he paid a prostitute with a check or some nonsense? Or he inflated the cost of his building, but to get a loan and he paid back more of the loan. And these are reasons why you're taking them to court. You think the American people are that stupid? Let me show something.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, so.
I'm gonna show some. I know everybody's got this thing. I'm sure this thing. Everybody's got this video. Okay, I want this one. So everybody's heard this already, I'm sure. So I'm sure everybody's heard this already, right? So we know Letitia James and all those other prosecutors were sent there by the DNC to prosecute Trump for no reasons. So now they're letting them know that, hey, we're going to lock your asses up for doing lawfare. We're going against people's legal rights. That's what they've been doing. These are artificial judicial cases that should never have been brought forth. And the fact that the American people have got to pay for it through their tax dollars is absolutely crazy. So listen to this, guys. It's funny. Let me go here. A second. 1 second. No, not that. Go further down. Go here. Let me go there. Hit play.
Attorney General, I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term. Because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time. And we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. And I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't.
Let me go back. So he's
speaking full and panicked retreat.
Not this guy. I gotta find the video. I had a video separate of this dude's show. I can't stand this goofy dude right here, but I had the video on it to show something. But yeah. So what you're seeing is that they're saying they're gonna now lock their ass up because they weaponized the judicial system. That's what they claim Trump was doing, which he never did. He never went after Hillary Clinton, who's a criminal too. He never went after her with that, the server issue that she took out of the State Department, that she wasn't supposed to have, these secret servers that were found in her house. She wasn't supposed to have, which is actually criminal. He never brought the judicial system against him, which he was supposed to, but he never did it. So they kept coming up him at the triple thing and then you hear all the news. I hope he doesn't try to turn the judicial system into vengeance. No, He needs to turn it in for justice. You people turned it in for damn lawfare. That's what you did. And I can't believe I'm defending Trump, but it's obvious. It's crazy. You did that because you couldn't beat him at the ballot box, and you didn't even win the last one. You couldn't beat him at this ballot box, and that's why you did what you did. That's why you case after case. You didn't find it stupid. You think the American people are stupid? You're doing case after case after case after case after case. The case after case. No president has ever been prosecuted this much. Case after case. You got war criminals. Obama's a war criminal. He murdered innocent men, women, and children. Bush is a war criminal. Murdered innocent men, women, and children. When have they ever stood any prosecution? Oh, they haven't. Pass this guy here. Oh, man. Trying to get back to where I was at.
We fought. And
why does this won't let me do
we
what I need to do?
won.
Hold on.
Those globalist powers that be are right now, as we speak,
Oh my God.
full and panicked retreat. And
I forget. I'm trying to use this damn video, but I can't find it. It's trying to annoy me now. All right, give me a second, guys. You notice we don't got nobody up in here. Every time I start to go live, they make sure nothing's ever seen anymore. Give me a second. No, nothing goes out at all. So I want to show everybody melting down. But let me play this first. This is gonna tie this all in. I'm gonna play this first, guys. Let me go here first. It's gonna tie this in. We're gonna go back to actually Runstein, the Federal Reserve Bank, why everything's happening now, why they wanted to completely take over the country, why the vote has changed, why they these mockingbird media morons keep topping the same nonsense because they're bought and paid for. Even the black bootlicks. We're gonna go through this history one more time. We know it's the real thing. They try to gaslight that this is all conspiracy. No, they have been doing conspiracies against the planet. Nothing's a conspiracy theory. So that's why their media is in the garbage, is in the tank, the ones listening to it, because people are tired of being propagandized too. Lie after lie after lie after lie. And people are tired. Let me go here. Go here. Give me a second, guys. There's so much to cover. I'm trying to get through everything. Give me a second, guys. Right here. Let me play this real quick. We're going to play this.
Believe. They have seized that power.
All right. All right. This is a video from the Put to my main screen. Take this down again. I can probably keep that up. Go here. Okay. This is a video from the 1960s telling you the truth, how the world was ran, how it started. This is what we're dealing with now. So I want you guys to just sit and listen to this. Okay? We all know most of this history anyway, but they've gaslighted you thinking this is all lies. This is all real. Okay? This is the power behind the scenes. They tried to gaslight. This is what we're dealing with. That's why when Trump asked Powell, will you resign as the Federal Reserve Chairman? And he said no. And this is why. This video right here. Now, if everybody's on Black Eye Power Network too, you might need to come over to Black Eye Power Network. You can listen to it over here, but you can see it on the other network. So it's your choice. You stay on Black Eye Power Network too, and you can switch networks and see the video. You can still hear it. It's your choice, but listen.
Or on orders from their masters of the great conspiracy. They have seized that power on orders from their masters of the great conspiracy. And the objective is to brainwash the people into accepting the phony peace bait to transform the United States into an enslaved unit of the United Nations One World Government. Let me clarify the meaning of the expression, he is a liberal. The enemy, meaning the One World conspirators, have seized upon that word liberal as a cover-up for their activities. It sounds so innocent and so humanitarian to be liberal. This satanic plot was launched back in the 1760s when it first came into existence under the name of the Illuminati. This Illuminati was organized by one Adam Weishaupt, born a Jew, who was converted to Catholicism and became a Catholic priest. And then, at the behest of the then newly organized House of Rothschild, defected and organized the Illuminati. Naturally, the Rothschilds financed that operation. And every war since then, beginning with the French Revolution, has been promoted by the Illuminati, operating under various names and guises. I say under various names and guises because after the Illuminati was exposed and became too notorious, Weishaupt and his co-conspirators began to operate under various other names. In the United States, immediately after World War I, they set up what they called the Council on Foreign Relations, commonly referred to as the CFR.
Now, I want you to understand the CFR, guys. Remember, they are responsible for foreign policy in America. That's why you always hear these presidents say, "Oh, we go to the CFR to get our marching orders," because that's the head, that's the Rothschild and Rockefeller families dictating foreign policy to the American presidents. That's the reason why we have these wars in Ukraine and also in Israel. So we know Israel was completely created by the Rothschild family, right? And so back in 1917, the Balfour Declaration was signed by Lord Rothschild. Okay? These are facts. So that's why we're nothing but a damn offshoot of the Rothschild family because of their banking scam, the Federal Reserve Bank, where Powell just told you he's not going to resign, and the creation of Israel. All our money goes to Israel. All our cities are in complete rubble. But you go to Israel, it's the paradise place because all our money goes to them. They got free health care from us, free education from us. So it's a Rothschild plot that you can't say. And they own all the media too. You can't say that. That's why their narrative keeps, that's why you got, the fake ass, what's that woman's name we just showed, whatever that MSNBC lady just telling straight lies because they're the Mockingbird, really Rothschild press. That's who created Israel, the Rothschilds. That's a fact.
And this CFR is actually the Illuminati in the United States. Perhaps the most vital directive in Weishaupt's plan was to obtain absolute control of the press.
Yep.
But that
absolute control of the press. They own the AP, they own Reuters, and they own, remember, those are the distribution houses that they send all the information to their print media, to their broadcast media, and to their TV media. They own the press. So that's why Rachel Maddow was forming that narrative that's a lie. But we never can say this. These are just the facts on the ground. That's why mainstream media is dying. And that's why they want to censor everyone talking on their own social media platforms who built their own news organizations like me, their own media, who built their own shit. So you were being heavily censored because everybody was going away from the Mockingbird media because you were being given nothing but lies, propaganda all the time.
I'm the only mass communications media to distribute information to the public so that all news and information could be slanted so that the masses could be convinced that a one-world government is the only solution to our many and varied problems. Now do you know who owns and controls our mass communications media? I tell you, practically all the movie lots in Hollywood is owned by the Lehmans, Loeb and Company, Goldman Sachs, and other internationalist bankers. All the national radio and TV channels in the nation are owned. And
remember, this is back in 1967, and they collated more. To have a free and fair democracy, you must have news sources that are independent of one another, that can give free-flowing ideals. They don't want that. Nobody can get to, oh, we must have a misinformation. Remember, it's the Democrats that try to set up a misinformation board. They start this totalitarian nonsense. They're trying to stop freedom of speech. And when you're Kamala Harris knows up, oh, we gotta stop freedom of speech. Freedom of speech can't be completely free. We gotta monitor. We gotta monitor freedom of speech. We gotta curtail it. You can't curtail freedom of speech. Either I have it or I don't. That's a God-given right. You don't got no right to take away my freedom of speech. That's God-given, not government-given. God-given. That's my right. They're the ones, the Democratic Party is the ones talking about we need to stop speech. We need to curtail speech. You heard her, Tim Weiss, and Obama, and all of them talking about we need to stop free speech and how people speaking on their own media and they're not listening to our narrative. They're supposed to be listening to authorized sources. Who gets to authorize these sources? The Rothschilds? Who's authorizing these sources of news, information? Huh? Who gets to decide? And why do they get to decide? Because they're the ones who got the money? Then that's not freedom of speech. Talking about authorized sources. Who authorized them? You did? The same corrupt bastards that are lying to us every day? Who authorized the sources then? It wasn't the people. The people always turned to the podcast. That's why that guy told you, news has changed. They're not listening to you no more. You're unimportant. They're not following you. You're the dying legacy media. You're done. No one watches you. So that's why your propaganda didn't reach everybody and you lost this election. Because they weren't supposed to listen to your authorized sources. Who gets to authorize these sources? Who chooses? Damn sure ain't supposed to be you, it's supposed to be the people. They have freedom of speech to go wherever they want to listen to and listen to who they want to listen to. That's their choice, not yours. Because you don't believe in democracy. You keep lying about, you don't believe in democracy. You don't believe in freedom of speech. And the ideal someone can go and listen to what they want to listen to when they want to listen to it as an adult, as a free-thinking adult. You want people to go to your Mockingbird meeting so you can frame a narrative and create their reality with lies. And if they go somewhere else, oh, what are they doing? They're going against authorized sources. Who authorized you to be any source to anybody? Nobody.
Controlled by those same internationalist bankers. The same is true of every chain of metropolitan newspapers and magazines. Also of the press wire services, such as Associated Press, United Press International, etc. The supposed heads of all those media are merely the fronts for the internationalist bankers, who in turn compose the hierarchy of the CFR, today's Illuminati in America. Now can you understand why the Pentagon's press agent Sylvester so brazenly proclaimed that the government has the right to lie to the people? What he really meant was that our CFR-controlled government had the power to lie to and be believed by the brainwashed American people. And let's again go back to the first days of the Illuminati. In 1785, the Bavarian government outlawed the Illuminati and closed the lodges of the Grand Orient. In 1786, they published all the details of the conspiracy. The English title of that publication is the original writings of the order and sect of the Illuminati. Copies of the entire conspiracy were sent to all the heads of church and state in Europe. But the power of the Illuminati, which was actually the power of the Rothschilds, was so great that this warning was ignored. Nevertheless, Illuminati became a dirty word, and it went underground. At the same time, Weishaupt ordered Illuminists to infiltrate into the lodges of Blue Masonry and form their own secret societies within all secret societies. Only Masons who proved themselves internationalists and those whose conduct proved they had defected from God were.
See, the internationalists, that's what they call the globalists. This is the one world government. When you got the WTF, the World Trade, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, with Klaus Schwab saying you're going to eat bugs, while they making goddamn meat out of doo-doo and all other kind of heinous shit. These people are insane. How about you eat bugs now? We're going to eat bugs and you own nothing and be happy. That's why all the rents are out of control. That's what's going on. But you have an awakening of the American people. You've been gaslighted by their fake media. So these are all conspiracy theories, conspiracy nuts. These are all conspiracies by them for complete takeover of the world. So I'm with Trump getting us out of this damn fake global warming shit again. Get us out of it and keep us out of it. Get us out of the UN, which is nothing but a front organization for the Rothschilds and Rockefeller. That's why it sits on Rockefeller land. It was the whole thing started in World War I when they had the League of Nations. They went from the League of Nations to the UN. And then under the Brickwood Accords, the new IMF and the World Bank. It's always their fake banking scams they do. The UN is nothing but a thinly veiled way for them to couch it in a new world government. That's why they're against nationalism. They want to preach globalism, and we don't want it. They don't want you to know that you got foreigners you paying money to for a foreign entity called the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a fact, owned by foreign families, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs, the Schiffs, then a few Americans, the Rockefellers and J.P. Morgans, the monster from Jekyll Island, this fake bank that's not supposed to exist on American soil. That's why Powell told, no, I'm not going to resign. I'm not going to quit. You don't got to empower me. I thought he was a dictator. That's what you said, is a dictator. That's what you said.
Initiated into the Illuminati. Thenceforth, the conspirators donned the cloak of philanthropy and humanitarianism to conceal their revolutionary and subversive activities, and that all that secrecy. And
I'm not going to go deep on Kamala Harris and what she is again. No, but every time I went there Monday, they took it down. Every time I tell the truth, they take it down. Take the videos down. It's crazy. So we're going to leave Kamala Harris alone and what she really is.
Emphasizes the power of the masterminds of the Illuminati to prevent such terrible events of history from being taught in our schools. In 1834, the Italian revolutionary leader Giuseppe Mazzini was selected by the Illuminati to direct their revolutionary program throughout the world. He served in that capacity until he died in 1872. But some years before he died, Mazzini had enticed an American general named Albert Pike into the Illuminati. Pike was fascinated by the idea of a one-world government, and ultimately he became the head of this Luciferian conspiracy. Between 1859 and 1871, Pike, worked out a military blueprint for 3 world wars and various revolutions throughout the world, which he considered would forward the conspiracy to its final stage in the 20th century. Again, I remind that these conspirators were never concerned with immediate success. They always operated on a long-range view. Pike did most of his work in his home in Little Rock, Arkansas. But a few years later, when the Illuminati's lodges of the Grand Orient became suspect and repudiated because of Mazzini's revolutionary activities in Europe, Pike organized what he called the New and Reformed Palladian Rite. He set up 3 supreme councils, one in Charleston, South Carolina, one in Rome, Italy, and the third in Berlin, Germany. He had Mazzini establish 23 subordinate councils in strategic locations throughout the world. These have been the secret headquarters of the world revolutionary movement ever since. Long before Marconi invented radio, the scientists in the Illuminati had found the means for Pike and the heads of his councils to communicate secretly. It was the discovery of that secret that enabled intelligence officers to...
And you guys remember, you go back and read Albert Pike. Reason for World War I is there. Reason for World War II is there. Exactly what they said they're going to do. And World War III was going to be what? Between the Muslims. And the new thing, Israel didn't exist when he wrote that. We said between Israel, the Middle East, and the Muslims. What they're trying to set up now. So it's all organized. It's all planned. It's all plotted out. 100 years ago, they plotted all this shit out. How they were going to take over the world. And what means they were going to use to do it. That's what we've been living in. Born into this wicked ass agenda. Born into it. Gaslighted, lied to. Everything you believe is a lie.
To understand how apparently unrelated incidents, one such as the assassination of an Austrian prince at Sarajevo, took place simultaneously throughout the world, which developed into a war or a revolution. Pike's plan was as simple as it has proved effective. It called for communism, Nazism, political Zionism, and other international movements be organized and used to foment 3 global world wars and at least 2 major revolutions. The First World War was to be fought so as to enable the Illuminati to destroy Tsarism in Russia, as vowed by Rothschild after the Tsar had torpedoed his scheme at the Congress in Vienna, and to transform Russia into a stronghold of atheistic communism. The differences stirred up by agents of the Illuminati between the British and German empires were to be used to foment this war. After the war would be ended, communism was to be built up and used to destroy other...
And that's what I told you when they talk about this right-left divide, it's phony, they got the right wing under communism. The same people create capitalism, control capitalism, created communism, guys. So no such thing as a right-left divide. They do that from behind the scenes to divide and conquer. Like this, like I've been told you, even this guy said the same thing. The bankers created communism to benefit them, to destroy parts of the world, and use capitalism to destroy the world where they make both of them come together. That's what you say, we fight the communism in Vietnam and in China and in Russia. They created communism. They created that shit. It's not an honest economic doctrine that came up from the soil. They created it. They funded it. They backed it. And they implemented it. So they had you fight the fake member. Bankers control both sides of the argument. They make money by pitting force against force, especially when they control both forces. So I did it. They controlled the Soviet Union. They did. So why was America supposedly fighting the Soviet Union when they controlled both of them? See, that's the dirty secret. They controlled the Soviet Union and America at the same time. So there really was no Cold War. It's all fake. It's all phony. It's all lies. Propagandists. You've been given propaganda and fake movies. James Bond and all this other shit. But they control both countries. I told you they created China. It's a fact. They funded Mao Zedong. They put him in power. Supposedly China's now our enemy. When the same people controlled and created both countries. They got America back in 1913. Creature from Jekyll Island. That's real. So how are we fighting the Russians as the Soviet Union, and both the family controlled the Soviet Union when they killed the Tsar of Russia, killed the king, and put their damn people in power over there. How are we fighting them? They're controlled by the same people, same damn family. Because you've been living in a damn conspiracy forever.
Governments and weaken religions. World War II, when and if necessary, was to be fomented by using the controversies between fascists and political Zionists. During this World War II, international communism was to be built up until it equaled in strength that of united Christendom. When it reached that point, it was to be contained and kept in check until required for the final social cataclysm. As we know now, Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin put that exact policy into effect, and Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson continued that same exact policy. World War III is to be fomented by using the so-called controversies, the agents of the Illuminati, operating under whatever new name, are now stirring up between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Muslim world. That war is to be direct.
That's what you see happening now. Israel fighting the Muslim world. The Zionists, Israel, fighting Syria, Iran, Lebanon, Gaza. See, all this has been planned.
In such a manner that all of Islam and political Zionism, Israel, will destroy each other, while at the same time, the remaining nations, once more divided on this issue, will be forced to fight themselves into a state of complete exhaustion, physically, mentally, spiritually, and economically. Now, can any thinking person doubt that the intrigue now going on in the Near, Middle, and Far East is designed to accomplish that satanic objective? Pike himself foretold all this in a statement he made to Mazzini on August 15, 1871. Pike stated that after World War III is ended, those who will inspire to undisputed world domination will provoke the greatest social cataclysm the world has ever known. Quoting his own words, taken from the letter he wrote to Mazzini, and which letter is now catalogued in the British Museum in London, England, he said, "We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a great social cataclysm which in all its horror will show clearly to all nations the effect of absolute atheism, the origin of savagery and of most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere, the people forced to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization, and the multitudes disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will be from that moment on without direction and leadership, and anxious for an ideal but without knowledge where to send its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out into public view, a manifestation which will result from a general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time." When Mazzini died in 1872, Pike made another Italian revolutionary leader named Adrian Lemmy his successor. Lemmy, in turn, was succeeded by Lenin and Trotsky, then by Stalin. The revolutionary activities of all those men were financed by British, French, German, and American international bankers.
And when they say French, German, we know we're talking about the House of Rothschild, controls France, controls England, controls Germany. So it's still that one family operate in those different countries. Okay? So they had control of America through the Federal Reserve Bank. They got control of that. It's a fact. We print our money from them. We pay taxes to them. We never taught any of this.
All of them dominated by the House of Rothschild.
Exactly.
We are supposed to believe
exactly
that the international bankers of today, like the money changers of Christ's day, are only the tools or agents of the great conspiracy. But actually, they are the masterminds behind all of it. While the general public has been brainwashed by all the mass communications media into believing that communism is a movement of the so-called workers, the actual fact is that both British and American intelligence officers have authentic documentary evidence that international liberals operating through their international banking houses, particularly the House of Rothschild, have financed both sides in every war and revolution since 1776. Those who today comprise the conspiracy, the CFR in the United States, direct our governments, whom they hold in usury through such methods as the Federal Reserve System in America, to fight wars such as Vietnam, created by the United Nations, so as to further Pike's Illuminati plans to bring the world to that stage of the conspiracy when atheistic communism and the whole of Christianity can be forced into an all-out Third World War within each remaining nation as well as on an international scale. Now let me show you how our federal government and the American people have been sucked into the one world takeover plot of the Illuminati Great Conspiracy. And always bear in mind that the United Nations was created to become the housing for that one world so-called liberal conspiracy.
And that's what you see happening.
The real foundations of the plot for the takeover of the United States were laid during the period of our Civil War. Not that Weishaupt and the earlier masterminds had ever overlooked the New World. Weishaupt had his agents planted over here as far back as the Revolutionary War. But George Washington was more than a match for them. It was during the Civil War that the conspirators launched their first concrete efforts. We know that Judah Benjamin, chief advisor of Jefferson Davis, was a Rothschild agent. We also know that there were Rothschild agents planted in Abraham Lincoln's cabinet who tried to sell him into a financial dealing with the House of Rothschild. But old Abe saw through the scheme and bluntly rejected it, thereby incurring the undying enmity of the Rothschilds. Investigation of the assassination of Lincoln revealed that the assassin, Booth, was a member of a secret conspiratorial group. Because there were a number of highly important government officials involved, the name of the group was never revealed, and it became a mystery, exactly as the assassination of Jack Kennedy still is a mystery. Anyway, the ending of the Civil War destroyed, temporarily, all chances of the House of Rothschild to get a clutch on our money system, such as they had acquired in Britain and other nations in Europe. I say temporarily because the Rothschilds and the masterminds of the conspiracy never quit. So they had to start from scratch, but they lost no time in getting started. Shortly after the Civil War, a young immigrant who called himself Jacob H. Schiff arrived in New York. Jacob was a young man with a mission for the House of Rothschild. Jacob was the son of a rabbi, born in one of Rothschild's houses in Frankfurt, Germany. I won't go deeply into his background. The important point is that Rothschild recognized in him not only a potential money wizard, but more important, he also saw the latent Machiavellian qualities in Jacob that could, as it did, make him an invaluable functionary in the great one-world conspiracy. After a comparatively brief training period in the Rothschilds' London bank, Jacob left for America with instructions to buy into a banking house, which was to be the springboard to acquire control of the money system of the United States. Actually, Jacob came here to carry out 4 specific assignments. Number 1, and most important, was to acquire control of America's money system. Number 2, find desirable men who, for a price, would be willing to serve as stooges for the great conspiracy and promote them into high places in our federal government, our Congress, in the U.S. Supreme Court, and all federal agencies. Number 3, create minority group strife throughout the nations, particularly between whites and blacks. Number 4, create a movement to destroy religion in the United States, but Christianity to be the chief target. The headquarters of the Great Conspiracy in the late 1700s was in Frankfurt, Germany, where the House of Rothschild had been established by Mayer Anschelm, who adopted the Rothschild name and linked together other international financiers who had literally sold their souls to the devil. After the Bavarian government's exposure in 1786, the conspirators moved their headquarters to Switzerland, then to London. Since World War II, after Jacob Schiff, the Rothschild's boy in America, died, the headquarters of the American branch has been in the Harold Pratt Building, New York, and the Rockefellers, originally protégés of Schiff, have taken over the manipulation of finances in America for the Illuminati. In the final phases of the conspiracy, the one world government will consist of the king dictator, head of the United Nations, the CFR, and a few billionaires, economists, and scientists who have proved their devotion to the great conspiracy. All others are to be believed. They have seized.
All right. Let me wrap that part up. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Let me do some selling real quick. Let me get out of that. Get out of that. Look at this. All right, fam. You know, once again, we are selling our supplements, guys, because we got to get money up in here. So we got it. You need it. Come get it. We have lion's mane mushroom for $33.90. We have horny goat weed for $33.90. We got turmeric gummies. Let's see, on one page we got ashwagandha for $23.90. I'm not gonna go through all the health benefits. You know, everything I got up here is healthy, and we do need it because we are mineral deficient. We have sea moss at $25.90. Everything we offer here we need because we're sadly mineral deficient because of chemtrails and our minerals in our soil because of the fertilizers and the pesticides. So we're mineral deficient. We got beetroot at $20.90. We got chakra mushrooms. We got I can't even pronounce that kind of mushroom. Go to the other page. Give me a second. Oh, not that. No. Like I said, guys, this damn one don't want to make. Oh, it's making it hard for me. Go this way. You guys know that's what we're selling. Selling our supplements. We got them. You need them. Come get them. It also goes to fund the organization because, you know, we're live on your TV screens. We're live on your radio. We're live on all their big social media platforms. I just turned off all that TikTok shit. Got Alpha Energy right here for $40.90. We got Brain and Focus Formula. We got Cognitive Support at $29.90 as well. We have colon gentle cleanse. You know, being over 40, guys, we got to get our colons looked at least once a year. But to cleanse that out, we must take some kind of colon cleanse because as black people, we're susceptible to colon cancer. Like I said, we got it. You need it. Come get it. We have CoQ10, which is very important. It's a bunch of multivitamins within CoQ10. We have fruits and vegetables. That's a new one we put up in here. That's $49.95. Get your fruits and vegetables. Get your ginkgo biloba ginseng. We always need that. That's going to be $29.90. Got your joint support. If you get a little older, your joints are messed up, you know. You're going to need it. We got it. Come get it. Joint support at $29.90. We got joint support gummies for those that don't like to take the pills. You know, you got it in the gummy form. I'm trying to put everything also, all supplements in gummy forms as well, because sometimes people don't like to take pills. You can, everybody can deal with a gummy. Gummy's easy to go down. We got your liver support at $29.90. We got your probiotics, 20 billion at $19.95. Oh, somebody, I must have put that on there twice. Probiotics. Go ahead. Let me go to this next one. I must have made a mistake, put that on there twice. We got your prostate support at $29.90. We got your vision support. You know, those that have eye problems, right? All right, guys. I'm gonna go through this whole damn list. We got a bunch of everything. All right, we got it. You need it. Come get it. And also, it funds the network. Keeps everybody I have working for us employed. But there's a lot of shit going behind the scenes. I know Joe didn't want me to tell you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, guys. It's fun. Make sure everybody tap that like button for me. We had 20 people now. We got 15. We got everybody tap that like button for me. We got a lot of drama going on behind the scenes right now, guys. So people might not be there that you become accustomed to. Joby seems to be cleaning house. But don't mention nothing. I told her I wouldn't mention that. Joby's is cleaning house with some people that she's not happy with. Let's see what's on the vitamin and mineral. Okay, we got multivitamins, bear gummies. We got the vitamin D3. We need that. We're not getting enough sun. That's only $19.90. We got the multivitamin bear gummies at $19.90. We got green superfoods, all your greens, all your minerals for $35.90. So everything's affordable, guys. Then we got the complete multivitamins at $32.90. We got energy strips at $28.90. I'm not gonna put the hair at the end of it. Okay. All right. I think I'm done going through that. Boom, back. All right. Like I said, it funds everything we do, guys. Make sure you go over to blackoutfirenetwork.com. Go down to the sports and nutrition section, the store, and go get you some minerals, vitamins and minerals that we are offering. Okay? Pretty cheap. So let me go ahead and try to find everybody's reactions to Trump winning. It's hilarious. Let me put that on here. It's absolutely crazy. Give me a sec, guys.
I need every Black American woman to see this clip.
see all the crazy reactions to Trump's victory, guys. Let me check this. Let me see all these crazy bastards going crazy. Let me go here.
Done all of this. No! Why? Do you really hate me that bad? I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done all of this. It sucks being hated by so many people.
This is Trump deranged syndrome happening, guys. This is crazy. This happens when you've been propagandized against so much by the mainstream fake media that they've completely destroyed your narrative. Your reality is shaped by lies. And this is what happens when your reality is shaped by lies. You go completely insane. So we're so heavily propagandized too. And that's never a problem. And this is the outcome. And when you've been heavily propagandized to, you don't know which way is up. Your whole life, your whole reality is a lie.
Dare you? How dare you put this man into office for another 4 years, knowing damn well what it means for our country?
Oh, look at another one. There's been another one that's crazy. No
matter who you voted for, I think all Americans can agree it's going to be a rough Thanksgiving.
Late-night talk show hosts tried to keep the mood light as they reacted to Donald Trump winning re-election.
As a late-night host, people will often say to me, come on, part of you's got to want Trump to win because he gives you so much material to work with. No. No one tells the guy who cleans the bathroom, wow, you must love it when someone has explosive diarrhea. There's so much material for you to work with.
As Jimmy Kimmel delivered an impassioned monologue, he began to choke up.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of...
That's a terrible night when the majority of people voted for him. See, this is how you know this is controlled media. That's why no one's watching these morons. That's why the numbers in the tape. Nobody watches late night big comedians at all. Their numbers suck. They're in the tank. So they tell you that the majority of the country that voted for this man is wrong. And it's a bad night. How's a bad night if the majority got what they wanted? The majority won. So how's it a bad night for kids and women if the majority won? Because they're mad because you didn't go along with their fake false narrative. They're shaping a reality because they're controlled and bought, paid for. They're just given a script to read. It's all fake. It's all phony. It's all propaganda. All of it.
Thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
Hard-working immigrants. It sounds crazy as catchy. The movement in your neighborhood. They're not in your neighborhood stealing shit, taking over apartments. They're not in your neighborhood. Sound crazy. As soon as you bring the immigrants in his neighborhood, he calls the police to get them out of there. Hard-working immigrants. But by the millions, 30, 40 million that the American people don't want in here. The majority of American people don't want illegal immigrants in here. So that's the Democratic way. The majority don't want the immigrants in here. You're the minority. So shouldn't the majority win in a democracy? What are you talking about?
For healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night.
Free speech. You're the one that's against free speech. Journalism. There's no journalism in mainstream media. How you still got jobs, Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy, whatever his name is. Whatever. You're not even funny. Anything that's Jimmy Kimmel, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. You're not even funny. You still got a job as a late night host. You just there to spew propaganda. Your numbers are in the tank. No one's even watching you. Why are you there? How do you even exist? We don't have any numbers. It's crazy.
For poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO,
for NATO and the truth. We don't want these weapons up on NATO. NATO's a goddamn war criminals. They overthrew Ukraine. A duly elected government. So he knows that. Why is he crying? Because he's a propagandist. You're propagandist. You found that it was BlackRock. Who owns BlackRock? Oh, we go back to the Rothschild family again. The Rocker, they own BlackRock. So they're the ones now who own most control over Ukraine's land. Not about the war, it's about another stealing of somebody's resources. Again, war is a racket. You just tout some bullshit you told to do and fake crime. You don't give a shit about no Ukraine. Half the Ukrainians have been murdered in this fraudulent war. NATO is the aggressor, not Russia. But you've been made to believe that through their propaganda. It's a lie. Russia tried to sue for peace. They didn't want it. But now they're trying to dictate peace to damn same fake people. Because Trump said, I want that war stopped. We're going to stop it. Now they're trying to say, oh, Trump needs to listen to us. How are we going to stop the war? We need to get control of stuff we stole. Because it was always a money grab. And just to bleed Russia. Endless wars. So what he's saying is absolute nonsense, and the American people seeing through his bullshit, his fake crime. So the majority actually didn't want none of this. So what are you talking about? How did the country lose that the majority didn't want the wars? We don't want all our tax dollars going to fucking Ukraine. Who wants that? We can't even feed our people at home. People living under bridges and shit, and all our money's going to Ukraine. What are you talking about? We want our money to go to Ukraine. We can't even feed our own people. Can't even pay rent here. Because it don't affect your stupid ass. You just a plant. That's why nobody watches your shows. That's why mainstream media is dead. It's dead. No one watches you. No one cares what the hell you think. See, your influence is broken. Your backs have been broken. That's why they try to set up, oh, we got to stop people from talking. We got to stop social media. God damn it. I'm not just on social media. I'm on TV. We live on TV. Amazon, Roku. Okay? Android. We knew we were going to get shut down live on the radio.
And democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet.
Here's all the propaganda. I still propagandized dummies. Yay, we can't afford rent. Yay. We can't afford to eat. Yay. Immigrants came and got all this money. Yay. We're giving immigrants thousands of dollars in food. Yay. Giving immigrants thousands of dollars that Americans can't get in rent and housing. Yay. How crazy is cat shit? No one's voting for none of that. What are you talking about, man? Sound crazy. Let me get out of this. Let me go in this other terrain.
Para mí no fue ninguna sorpresa. Eso es lo que el país necesitaba. Porque este gobierno que está ha sido un desastre.
I don't know what the hell he's saying. Well, where the crazy ones at?
Their kids. I saw people living their life. They're still here. People, when I got out of the car today, I saw mailmen, people with their kids. I saw people living their lives, and that's what we have to do.
Well, Whoopi, what you saw with your own eyes is pretty much impossible because, at least for the past 4 years, every single one of you on this show, including your friends in the mainstream media, you told Americans that Trump is like Hitler. You compared his supporters to Nazis. You called him a fascist, a racist, a dictator. And now that he is elected, you're telling me that Americans are going on with their lives? Like, why are you even sitting here, Joy? You said if elected, Trump will put you and Whoopi in jail for being comedians. Unfunny comedians, I should add. Maybe that should be a crime. I don't know. But all of you are sitting here and you are just fine. And that should not be the case if you really believed what you said about Trump. I don't understand.
Where's all the funny, crazy ones at? Everybody was going crazy, screaming out.
It's really hard to see a good future, a good outcome out of Trump being president again.
Why did America not vote for Kamala Harris in your view?
I think the economy played a big part. Prices are too high, and at the end, I think it was during the Bill Clinton campaign that said it's the economy stupid. It goes back to the economy. So I think that played a big part.
Having a woman in office and a woman of color would just bring such a different perspective to how things are done, and I think it would be.
So how stupid she is, a woman of color who didn't give a shit about black people. Cause playing a black woman because she's propagandized you. This is a woman that disrespected you, moron. She playing cosplaying of you while she can't stand you. Everything she did was anti-black. I just told you where was the where was the George Floyd anti-hate crime bill that they promised 4 years ago when they was getting in the office having you go vote then. But they first came in and gave you an Asian crime bill, right? That's what they gave you. And what they gave you, an Asian crime bill. Unapologetically. Ain't giving you nothing. Nothing you can say they giving you. Then come back later and say, well, we're going to give you niggas some weed. Well, the weed and some other nonsense. It's a medical care. We're going to let you go to the doctor. Some this nonsense. Democratic Party, you're done. Too many now black people now walked away from you and you've got no policies. So you'll never become a national party because these immigrants are getting the hell out of here. I'm with Trump. Get all of them out of here. Every last one of them. Round their ass up. I don't care about them crying. All right, cry your ass on the other side of the border. All these fake black organizations don't represent nobody black, the NAACP, and all these other handkerchief head bootlicks going against our damn best interests. They always want to talk about alien rights, but not black rights. But these legal aliens get by giving black people nothing but the stiff arm. Those days are over. Either you produce Democratic Party, you cease to exist. You're in a conundrum now. You see it. These people are not gonna let you fuck with they let me just say, I can't say let us say the polling places. Let's say the polling places. Okay? That's not gonna work anymore. They're gonna be watching you like a hawk. So polling places are gonna be looked at. Let's just say that. We're not gonna say nothing happened. We're just gonna say the polling places are gonna be looked at mighty hard now. So you'll get on your goddamn knees, the black people, you'll cease to exist as a party. And all you other black morons who ever understand how you leverage power, this is how you leverage power. See, enough of us have left the MLK plantation. When President Johnson said we were going to build for the next 200 years dealing with benign neglect. But that's not going to work for me and the rest of us no more. We're not going to take any more benign neglect in open disrespect and disdain. Okay? So I don't know what you're going to do the next 4 years from now. I have no clue. Because if you don't bring nothing, you'll never, Democratic Party family will cease to exist. People don't understand how I'm trying to make you understand I've always been right. I'm right. They're going to cease to exist as a party, because they're not a real party. If you don't bring tangibles to black people, you will cease to exist as a national party. You can be a regional party, California, New York, but national, never again. You will implode and something will take your place because you stand for nothing. You offer nothing. You're completely captured corporate shield. That's what you are. And that's the problem. Everybody knows that. Where you going to go to? You didn't offer anybody anything during this election. 4 years ago, you better get together. Because you're not offering anybody nothing. You're going to cease to exist. And I hope you do implode, you wicked ass. Republican Party's wicked too. I got no damn bit difference between none of them. But you've been duping black people for so long. They kept believing in you. Because we're a little slow. They kept believing you was going to do something. You was going to do right. But you never was going to do right. You're going to always hold out hope. Big hope. Keep hope alive. Well, the hope is on you now. Hope you exist in 4 more years. Because now you are a regional party. Regional. And that's where you're going to stay. Because we get these illegal aliens out of here. And I believe in a goddamn boy and girl. I don't want you teaching my children no transgender nothing in school. I agree with that again with Trump. The idea that black people got to follow your liberal power. We're not liberal. As a people, we're not liberal because we cannot be these white people's ideologies because neither one of them works for us. Because they're both racist against us, the fake liberals and the fake conservatives. They're both racist towards us. So we can't be liberals and we can't be conservatives. We can be black though. And find out what represents our issues. Damn sure ain't transgender rights. How am I aligned with the party that's more worried about transgender rights, but not the black rights that kept your ass in power for the last 60 plus years? We've been so slow, so stupid, black people. Trans rights, homosexual rights, but never no black rights. But that day has finally come. And your back has been broken. And you'll never get your ass back up until you get on your knees and bring black people some real tangibles. See, none of your bootlicks are going to work. They've already been exposed and tossed out in the garbage. Your fake ass Roland Martins, your fake ass Van Jones, your fake ass Ricky Smileys, your fake ass Al Sharpton, this greasy head bastard. Your fake ass Al Sharpton, your fake ass Steve Harveys, your fake ass D.L. Hewleys, and all these fake ass actors. They've been tossed out in the goddamn garbage with your ass. They've been tossed out in the garbage, never to return. Their credibility is as shot as yours, so you can't bring no more handkerchief head bootlays trying to influence the vote for nothing. That dog don't hunt no more. Okay? Well, let me listen to this idiot some more.
So refreshing. So now I woke up this morning just knowing that we're going back to the same old styles of leadership by these older men.
With me as a black woman has to do is to keep pushing, to keep kicking in the door, even though we're the most disrespected, highly unfavorable. We have to keep pushing because this generation.
This moron thinks she's trying things really Kamala Harris had some kind of representation for her. and that she was a black woman. This woman is highly misinformed because she's been listening to damn mainstream media again. Highly misinformed again. Highly misinformed again. Black woman. You morons, the gig is up. The jig is up. Okay? Ain't come all day. See how white woman did him in.
Dramatically change U.S. foreign policy. Nick Schifrin's here now. He's been tracking international reaction to the election. Good to see you, Nick.
Thanks, Emma.
We knew the world would be watching, so let's start in Europe. What's been the reaction there, and what could be the impact on Ukraine?
European officials in public put a brave face, but multiple European officials to me admitted today that they fear Trump will treat them as an economic foe, will undermine NATO, and will abandon Ukraine.
Should abandon Ukraine. That's right, good. So actually we'll get some real change, not the same as, because the Council of Foreign Relations controls all that, which is controlled by the President Rothschild. You don't have a real government. The government has been captured. That's why the policies never change. Never change. One administration to the next. The policies never change. Endless goddamn wars to fill their damn pockets, these fucking parasites. These psychopathic ass parasites. Why our country goddamn broke and all the damn infrastructure's falling apart. Is China falling apart? Hell no. They built China to a power. They did that. Told you. They built communism. In our news, they tell you lies because they gaslight you with their fake news. We're fighting the communism. Same people that own the news here and told you they the ones created the communism. They created that shit. That's why they want you to talk and actually have real news. Because their media's not going to tell you that they're the same people that created the communism. And it's a fake dichotomy. You're living in a fake reality. You're not fighting against Russia, fighting these wars when they were the Soviet Union, because it was controlled by the same people. These are facts. You can't say that on their media. Ooh, whoa, conspiracy theory. Ooh, whoa, conspiracy theory. Easy to look up, easy to goddamn go research it. Then it was the banks of London, the Rothschilds, and the damn American Rockefellers that created communism in Russia. Who funded it, who backed it, and who overthrew the Tsar of Russia. They did that. And we supposed to be fighting communism. Get out of here with that shit. All gaslighting lies.
Trump has promised to end the war in Ukraine before inauguration, actually, and he's given no details, but the vice president-elect has suggested that the plan could be Russia keeps territory occupied, create a demilitarized zone, and Ukraine gives up on its NATO aspirations. That is a non-starter, of course, for Ukraine. But President Trump will have enormous leverage over Ukraine. The U.S. by far is the largest military donor to Ukraine, and U.S. officials are telling Europe essentially today, hey, look, this is going to be your problem. You have to help Ukraine, but there is no replacement for U.S. weapons on the battlefield, and Ukraine will really struggle without them. Now, in public, as I said, everybody's saying nice things. Zelensky spoke to President Trump and said, quote, congratulated him on his historic landslide victory. His tremendous campaign made this result possible. French President Emmanuel Macron on X wrote, congratulations, President Donald Trump, ready to work together as we did for 4 years with your convictions and mine, with respect and ambition for more peace and prosperity. But as I said, the European concern goes beyond Ukraine. Trump has said he will not defend members of NATO that
they don't want any peace and prosperity. Macron is nothing but a goddamn Rothschild puppet. He's a Rothschild banker. He's a Rothschild puppet. France is being controlled by the Rothschild family 20 years like Britain. Rothschild puppet. So all this bullshit, we like to work with you. We need to keep fighting Ukraine. And isn't it funny? BlackRock now owns most of the land in Ukraine. How's that possible? Who owns BlackRock? Oh, the Rothschilds again. By a funny fake front company. And that's supposed to be a war. How you land grabbing? They be fighting a war. Because all wars are rackets, family. All wars are rackets of them stealing resources, stealing people's land under the guise of fighting a war and fighting enemies. Because you don't never know that, because that's what their fake mainstream media tells you. That's what their fake mainstream media been telling us forever.
Russia's foreign ministry spokesman, Craig, saying hallelujah. And we've been speaking to Russian officials, also not authorized to speak on the record. One telling us less predictability is incoming, and others saying there is a chance for a truce or at least some kind of change. President Zelensky of Ukraine saying congratulations before...
Look for the crazy people. Where the crazy people at?
Kids. I saw people. We're still here. People, when I got out of the car today, I saw mailmen, people with their kids.
Wow, that's not it. It's all the crazy ones. This crazy broad.
No! Why? Do you really hate it that bad? I'm done.
It's the same one, not this. What is the one that's crazy? That one that was real crazy. I can't find it. I can't find that real craziest one I had. Oh, shit. Forget it. I can't find it. Shit. They show me the same ones. Hold on, let me see. So hold on, guys, give me a second. Let me see. We go again right there. Let me see. So give me a second. Hold on, let me see. Here we go.
That had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy.
And the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and...
Nah, this is regular. They know about no conservatives. Most black people told you to stop it. Black people are not conservatives or liberals. We said stop it. We don't want our money going to feed people that's not supposed to be here legally when our people are living in the streets. So please, I told you stop it. Because we know about to start shipping these people up out of here.
And the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Hahn here, following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of...
You mean Democrats are going to stop that now because they realize that the bullshit they were trying to do, the replacement thing they were trying to do, it fell short? Everybody knows what they were doing is not working, and their own constituents didn't agree with it. Your own constituents been told you, stop funding illegal immigrants and bring them to our community and feed them when you've given us nothing. You've done nothing for us. See, so this has broken the Democratic Party's back. Because this wasn't a party, this was the globalists that controlled their ass. This is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the CFR that controlled them, that were bringing these people in here to replace black people and other people for their votes. So the scam broke down. Now we get rid of them. You're going to hear all the mainstream media, oh, Trump is being like Hitler, get them out of here. How's it being like Hitler? I'm removing people that came in illegally. You opened the borders. This was your scam. This was your scheme. And the people rejected it. That's why you lost. The people rejected your shit. They said, no, not in my house. You know, these fake entertainers crying and fake people on TV. We don't give a shit about your fake news media or your fake entertainers trying to gaslight us. They're not living in your neighborhood. They're not taking your resources. They're not destroying your neighborhoods. They're not raping your children. What are you talking about? We want them to get their ass out of here. Get their ass out of here yesterday. So you can miss me with all your fake gaslighting. You ain't done shit for nobody. But you can do shit for living because your masters told you to do it. But now your party is destroyed. Because what are you there to offer anybody? Nothing. You got nothing. You got no programs to offer anybody.
Controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his visit, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
The city will no longer issue vouchers.
That's a good thing. I want y'all. No more vouchers. How about that? No more vouchers. No more vouchers. You got the people crying, oh, you're so propagandized against your tax money is going to pay for legal aid to feed them while you can't feed yourself and your own children. You can't pay your own damn rent. But you crying about that because you're so heavily propagandized too. Second, guys. My thing shut down, shit. My video thing is shut down. my video thing is shut down, shit. How did it freeze up? If I get out, I should cut off and come back on. Might not let me back on this thing. Oh, disconnected. I guess it was. Try this again. connect for me. Damn, it's not connected. Anyway. Trevor, you guys comments? Give me a second. Yeah, I forgot about the hurricane victims about that. And the funny thing about Camilla there. Yes, go ahead. Cannot connect to me. We'll go there. Connect now. Connect. There we go. Okay. And they look. It dissed the hurricane victims and also never got it cool. Never they dissed the hurricane victims and Camilla never came out and gave a speech when she was losing, like say thank you to her supporters. Isn't that funny? She never came out and said thank you guys for standing by me and support me. She never did none of that. She just said fuck everybody. Left. Didn't say nothing. No speech said thank you for support my campaign and give me donations or nothing. She didn't give a shit about you damn bastards. That's how crazy it is. You still crying, but a woman wouldn't even give a capitulation speech to her damn followers and donors who helped her get as far as she did. That's how much she thought about you morons. Let me see.
I'm not lying or I'm flying. There was a Puerto Rican family that moved into our neighborhood. There is majority whites in my neighborhood and a sprinkle of black people. We're one of the sprinkles. Everybody get along. Everybody mind their business. Nobody gives a damn about who's the president because we all get along. But when this Hispanic Puerto Rican family moved into the neighborhood, he was trying to fix people's cars. He even had an entire engine lift in the yard. He even had a porta potty in the yard. The Spanish guys was rude. They just stand in the damn road and dare you to say something. After Trump became the president, I don't see now Poppy, Maria, Carlos, I don't see who all the cars in the yard is going. I'm like, well, damn. Y'all really scared of damn Trump people. Now, you could have been doing that shit. Why you wait till Trump become the president for you to clean that shit up? When I say I just saw the toll man came and got all the cars out the yard. Now, see, before Trump became president, you was making the neighborhood look like trash. You didn't give a damn because you was fixing cars. You had.
Oh, let me play this again one more time. This shit's hilarious.
I'm not lying or I'm flying. There was a Puerto Rican family that moved into our neighborhood. There is majority whites in my neighborhood and a sprinkle of black people. We're one of the sprinkles. Everybody get along. Everybody mind their business. Nobody gives a damn about who's the president because we all get along. But when this Hispanic family moved in.
Everybody smash that like button for me before we get out of here. Everybody smash that like button for me.
To the neighborhood, he was trying to fix people's cars. He even had an entire engine lift in the yard. He even had a porta potty in the yard. The Spanish guys was rude. They just stand in the damn road and dare you to say something. After Trump became the president, I don't see now Poppy, Maria, Carlos, I don't see who all the cars in the yard is going. I'm like, well, damn. Y'all really scared of damn Trump people. Now, you could have been doing that shit. Why you wait till Trump become the president for you to clean that shit up? When I say I just saw the toll man came and got all the cars out the yard. Now, see, before Trump became president, you was making the neighborhood look like trash. You didn't give a damn because you was fixing cars. You had a mini mechanic shop in the yard. Any neighborhood. I don't want a bunch of cars in my yard that I'm fixing on making somebody else's property go down. But I tell you what, half of y'all are making shit more than what it really gotta be. But I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. That illegal immigrant shit that Trump is going to enforce, y'all is damn sure listening. I'm not lying.
That illegal shit Trump is talking about, sure gonna listen. That's right. I'm out of here. None of you bootlick handkerchief head Negroes are going to change black people's minds and try to have us feel shame by getting illegal aliens out here when it affects us getting employment, when employment is goddamn hard to find today. We are in a recession, damn near depression. So we don't need illegal aliens being competition for the few jobs that we have here. But every one of you handkerchief head Negroes was going in for Camilla and didn't care nothing about the black people's plight. All your fake newscasts, your fake ass TV shows sponsored by white people. All you bootlicks are exposed, you're done. You're not going to be able to run home to white mommy and white daddy and get any more funding because you don't shake the minds of black people no more. Not enough. Not enough to put the party over the top. That day is over. That dog don't hunt. So where you Negroes going to get your next meal from? Huh? Where you fake phonies going to get your next meal from? Because black people want these illegal immigrants out of here. But none of you handkerchief head fake phonies get paid by white power sided with black people. They want to keep pushing you out in front of us. We told you go away and stick your head in the goddamn sand. Go away. That just was funny right there. Let me see.
One, respecteva. One, Poisa, Poisa. Mama, no funny. One, respecteva. One, Poisa, Poisa. Mama, no funny.
I am very, very afraid that he might deport my mother-in-law. She entered illegally to the country and she lives in a Suite 4, number 47 apartment, New York.
He's funny. He turned the whole address to the apartment. He might go get him right down the street, right next to the mailbox. Oh. He's telling the whole thing, come get her ass.
Very, very concerned. That's right behind the green apartment. Yeah. Nothing bad happened to her. The gate is always open. You don't have any dogs either. It's Suite 4, number 47, apartment B. If you get the bottom of my life, I'm thinking, why? It's so
Yesterday, my husband and I were talking, trying to make sense of this result and try to figure out what went wrong, because it just doesn't make sense. Because one of my main reasons,
your weight don't make sense, lady. You know what don't make sense? Your fucking weight. That one don't make sense. That might be it. I can't find no more.
You chasing me away? No. So soon? Not at all. Come on. Oh. Hey, what's going on here? Hold it. You chasing me away? No. So soon? Not at all. Come on. Oh. Hey, what's going on here?
All right. I can't find that funny. I must have missed all of them. Had me laughing my ass off.
You lose! Good day, sir! So you get nothing! You lose!
Right.
Good day, sir! So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So illegal. So we were still getting paid for illegals. So we still get paid. So it ending food buyers, ending everything. So Mayor Adams of New York is ending all that shit. Like, I'm done with all this shit.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
See what this shit is
To
saying.
know why people think because Donald Trump has been elected as president, immigration has ended. No, it hasn't, because Trump has been president before. And when he was president, people came into America. One being me, I came into America when he was in office, but I came the legal way. So he being elected as president doesn't stop immigration. He only said that he's going to stop illegal immigration. So let me give an example. You that you're watching me, let me ask you, would you open your house and let anybody come in without your consent?
No.
Would you do that? If no, why not? Because they can come in and take whatever they want or even hurt you. So it's the same. He wants to stop illegal immigration so that the bad ones don't come and mess the country up. Now the doors are still open for legal immigration because during his term, people still came with spouse visas. People still came with K-1 visas. The DV lottery was still on. People still came into the United States with the DV lottery. That didn't stop. So yes, to answer your question, there is still.
All right, that's about it. That's funny.
On the campaign trail, President-elect Donald Trump repeatedly promised to launch what he calls the largest deportation operation in American history, targeting undocumented immigrants. By the way, there are roughly 11 million undocumented immigrants living in this country today. And a CBS News analysis found it would cost up to $216 billion over Trump's next term to deport them all. Just to break that down, that's $54 billion per year. For comparison, last year's budget allocation for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement was just $9 billion. But beyond the price tag,
See, the media doesn't want you to get rid of them. See how they just obfuscate and gaslight? Oh, the price will be too much. See how much the price is? But the price. How much is the price for keeping them here and neglecting American citizens from the resources that we need? How about that? See, the main big stream media, again, is trying to gaslight and propagandize the American people through brainwash and say, we should not get rid of them. We should keep them here. We let them all in and just leave. Well, I don't know how many we're going to try to get out, but get as many as you can. Hell, we gave more than that to fucking Ukraine. You wasn't worried about that. You weren't worried about the war in Ukraine, giving all that money then. So I'm not worried about the money of getting these illegal aliens out of here either. See, the propagandize and the gaslight is crazy. You can miss me with that shit.
bigger question is how exactly would these mass deportations work? Trump has said he'll deploy the National Guard to detain undocumented immigrants, tap into local law enforcement to keep track of them, and ramp up workplace raids. He has pledged to invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which allows the president to detain and remove immigrants during wartime. The last time it was used was during World War II for the internment of Japanese Americans. And of course, Congress later apologized and provided reparations for Japanese internment, acknowledging that it was rooted in racial prejudice. On the campaign trail, President-elect Donald Trump.
I'm gonna wrap this thing up.
The migrant invasion ends and the restoration of our country begins. The United States is now an occupied country, but it will soon be an occupied country no longer. It's not going to be occupied long. If you had the tapes, you'd see where they take over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. I hope Colorado votes. You know, Colorado, the governor, is a weak, ineffective guy. He's a radical left lunatic, and he's petrified of the people. It's a gang from Venezuela, very nasty, along with MS-13. They're probably the two worst gangs. And vicious. He doesn't know what to do. He's a radical moron. He's a radical moron. It's just funny. Give me a second, guys. Let me do some house cleaning here.
But it's been trusted.
Don't forget our vitamins.
Packed with organic Irish. Feeling sluggish or looking for a natural boost? Sea moss is the health secret that celebrities and fitness gurus are raving about, but it's been trusted for thousands of years. Packed with organic Irish moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root, this powerful formula supports your immune system, helps cleanse your blood.
Look at the Black High Network store.
You feeling your best.
BlackHighFireNetwork.com.
Just 2 capsules a day
Sports
help you unlock
nutrition
the benefits
section.
of these superfoods, from boosting immunity to promoting healthy skin and digestion. Don't wait. Make sea moss a part of your daily wellness routine, available in easy-to-take vegan capsules made in the USA. Sea moss, nature's way to stay strong, clear, and energized. Get it on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Feeling sluggish or looking for a natural boost? Sea moss is the health secret that Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness.
Let's go do a few commercials before I get my bottle out of here, guys. Let's do a few more. Go BlackHighFireNetwork.com. We got it. You need it. Go get it.
Feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and
right. So ashwagandha.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
That's what I'm talking about. Go get it. Vitamin D3, we need that.
Feeling low on energy or struggling with the winter blues?
Not getting
your
enough
body might
sunlight.
be missing a key ingredient, vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is essential for strong bones, healthy teeth, and maintaining muscle function. It's naturally produced when your skin is exposed to sunlight, but during colder months, your body may not get enough. That's where our vitamin D3 soft gels come in. Each soft gel delivers a boost of sunshine in a capsule, supporting energy levels and helping to beat seasonal depression. With 100 easy-to-take soft gels per bottle, you'll be ready to power through the seasons with a healthy body and a bright outlook. Stay strong, stay sunny. Vitamin D3, your daily dose of sunshine in a soft gel. Get it on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Fuel your body with complete multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just one tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
Do one more and wrap this up, guys. You got it. We need to go to turmeric.
Looking for a tasty way to support your joints, bones, and skin? Turmeric gummies are here to help. Turmeric has been trusted in India for centuries, and now modern research reveals its secret, curcumin, a powerful antioxidant that supports your body's natural inflammatory response. Each gummy is packed with turmeric extract and enhanced with black pepper to boost absorption, making it the perfect daily supplement for joint health and glowing skin. Delicious, easy to take, and made with natural ingredients, these turmeric gummies are a convenient way to stay healthy and active. Turmeric gummies, healthy joints, healthy skin in every bite. Get in on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com.
All right, wrap that up there. We got back. All right, guys, much love. Be back in the building. In that there. Much love to everybody. Smash that like button on the way out. All right. We out. Black, hot, fire. We out, y'all. Much love, fam. Everybody smash that like button on the way out. See everybody tomorrow. Same black time, same black channel. Black, hot, fire. Woo! Black, hot, fire. We out. Sounds so sweet in the neighborhood. Black, hot, fire. Much love to the fam. We out, y'all. See everybody tomorrow. Do 2 shows tomorrow if possible. One with this news and another show. Black, hot, fire. Like I said, I'm back for good. Black, hot, fire. Come on. Back for good. Ring the alarm. School's out, stupid. Ring the alarm. School's out, stupid. Woo! Black, hot, fire. We out. We out. We out. But y'all left already when I started preaching the damn supplement. We out. We out. We out. Black, hot, fire. Black, hot, fire. Woo! Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. hot, fire. Y'all go over that sports nutrition store and get the damn vitamins. You need it, we gotta go get it. Black, hot, fire. Woo! 3 hours show. There we go, 3 hours, family. Black, hot, fire. Come on. All right, fam. I'm out. Much love to everybody. That is it, y'all. Okay. Much love, guys. That was 3 hours. Every night I'm up here. See everybody tomorrow night. Same black time, same black channel. Black, hot, fire. Peace and love. I'm out. I see Joby. What's up, Joby? Good morning. Hope you feeling better, Joby. Hope you feeling better. I'm out, family.